I could not accommodate all of you in my house, then I thought better to come here. All of you would be there. And today is the last day for our sahajyogies. We have to understand certain very, very important things about ourselves and our organization that is divine. Now, broad lines I can tell you, not individual problems and individual things, because you are no more individuals now. You have become part and parcel of the divine being, and you are awakened selves. And so, in a broad way, we must understand what we have to do about it. First thing, we have to know that we are realized souls. And that you have got realization, and that you are saints. That you have all the powers that a saint could have. No saint ever had more powers than you have, as it is, which is manifesting. No saint had any knowledge that you have today. You'll be amazed. None of the books which have been written so far have been able to tell you about the spiritual being that is within you, as you have come to know through Sahaja. One has to accept it. It is so. Any one of them, whosoever has written any books, even I would say Adi Shankaracharya, he could not explain so many things which you know. But the quality of Adi Shankaracharya is very great for people of his type, Markandeya or Buddha. The quality is very high because they are extremely pure people. Purity. They have achieved individual salvation of a very high degree, while you have achieved your collective salvation better. But individually, they are of a very, very high quality. I mean, they had no doubts about divine power, they had no doubts about God. They never had any doubts, and they were very dignified. And they never bothered as to their petty problems of life. For them, this was too petty to think about. Anything which is so petty, we spend so much time over it. I know we had to do it because, after all, we are human beings and are being into Sahaja Yoga with our human awareness, and then we got our realization. So the purification time is very, very short, and while they had such a lot of time to purify themselves. Now, for example, Moses was an incarnation, a very pure form of a personality, or you can say Jesus was an incarnation, absolutely purest form of incarnation. But they are there to be our ideals. While what we have done is to become from human beings a prophet. So you understand both the things very well. What the weaknesses human beings have, what are their problems, how they get away from reality, how they are deluded. But still, we do not use our vibratory power as we should use. This is what point I want to tell you, that you all have vibratory powers. When we start using our vibratory powers also, we do not know what dignity, protocol we should have for using this power. It is the power of the deities within us. And it's a ritual by which we get their power working in us. Right? As you know that people of ancient times did lot of miracles through this power, but they were very dignified people. There was no frivolousness in their character and not useless problems within them, absolutely of no spiritual value. When you use your vibratory awareness, you should not use them for useless powers like, say for example, going to a cinema and there's a traffic and you think that there's a traffic, so you must use your vibratory powers to reach that place. Because it's frivolous, it does not matter. In Sahaja it does not matter whether you go to a cinema or not. What matters is what are your spiritual powers. How far you have come in your spirituality. It does not matter at all. You are a saint, and what saintliness you are achieving within you is the main problem. Otherwise, all the rest of the things that you have has no meaning, or all these problems have no meaning in spirituality. So all the sahajyogis must realize that you are now newly born and you are people of new awareness, and you have to have that dignity. For example, I'll just give an example because I was discussing with someone today, that when you give somebody a sort of a bandhan, you just turn your hand like this or like that. This is not the way it should be done. Your hands itself are to be respected because these are the hands of a saint. And all the deities resides on your hands and fingers. So when you have to give them bandhan or anything, you have to use them properly. Use them in such a way that it's dignified to do it. Anything indignity or cheap behavior should be absolutely avoided. Then dealing with each other, you have to know that you are all now in the circulation of divine power. You have to respect each other and really love each other. You must respect because you are all saints. Every saint must respect another saint. That's the minimum of minimum. And if you do not respect each other, your chakras will go out of order, especially Vishuddhi, because it's the collective thing. And also mother's chakra will go out because your sense of security is your collectivity. And the love between each other has to be not only looked after, but is to be nourished and to be worshipped and it should be a virtue. You should not treat each other as human beings treat each other. No, it's a precious thing. And even while talking to anyone, very close, say your brother, sister, husband, wife, you must respect. You must respect. Otherwise, it has no meaning. You must respect your parents much more than you ever respected because they are sahajyogis, because they are saints and they are your parents. Respect is the keynote of relationship with each other to begin with. And respect without love has no meaning. Respect and love for each other. For somebody is highly placed in life, somebody is lowly placed in life. In Sahaja Yoga, it does not matter. How much you earn, what is your position in life, where you live is not important. The main important thing is that we are one, and we are the people who have become now prophets, and we are the ones who have got the powers to raise the Kundalini of others. And such a power has come into us because our mother loves us very much. And it is our duty that we should love each other. And how I respect you? I need not, because you know that there's a big gap between you and me. But I respect you because you are saints. And where the saints are not respected, that country goes to dogs. So first of all, you must learn how to respect each other. And that is a very, very important training we should have. Whether he is your husband or wife, whether he is your brother or sister, father, mother or child, because he is a saint. Respect. But I do not know how you will react to this one, that immediately you start thinking about people who do not respect you. Think how many people you do not respect. It's a typical ego-oriented reaction that immediately we start thinking, oh, that man does not respect me, that man does not respect me. But just think how many people you have not respected yourself. When I am not here, I am here much more. I have not been to Australia, and you know how tremendously these people have come up, so pure and so good and so fantastic. But that has not happened in so much here, because I had to work really labor here. Not that England is that bad, but all the time to feel that mother is around, we'll put all of our problems to her and she can solve it. Even small problems you bring to me is all right. But now you are capable of solving your problems as well as solving the problems of others. Unless it is something fundamental, you need not bother about me, and you need not also ask me about it. You can go ahead with it. But you must think everything in the terms of Sahaja Yoga, by which, how much by that you are doing for Sahaja Yoga. How much you are working out for Sahaja Yoga. This was the meeting of the Sahajyogis today. And fundamentally, we have to understand one thing, that we have to grow and we have to let others grow with our growth. Not by curbing our growth, but with our growth. You will only grow if you make others grow with you. Otherwise, there will be no growth. Now, whatever I say goes into the books, sometimes into the brains of the people. It has to go into the heart. Whole Sahaja Yoga system works on the heart. That is the spirit. Spirit is the thing I'm talking about. If the spirit is happy by that. Some people, I'm told, are using their hands like a weapon and all that. This is very dangerous. You are not supposed to do all this for yourself. You are still saints. You are not yet gods. So don't try such things. Some people have a habit of also hitting a person with the hand like that. In my presence, if I say is all right, but otherwise you should not. You have to respect. Use all tender and gentle methods. Never anything by which you show any disrespect to a saint. Of course, you are hitting the negativity in another person, I know that, but you have no business to do that, or to discard anyone, or to put somebody out of this thing. You will go down very much. This is a serious thing, one must understand. You have all the powers, you know how far to go. You must keep to your maryadas. Don't go beyond, because these things give you ego, and ego is the most dangerous thing which we face always. Try to improve your language. Be gentle. Be very gentle with each other. I expect that you will have many more people by the time I come. I expect fantastic things from you. I don't know if I should, but I have given you something so fantastic, so tremendous. It is unbelievable. I expect it from you, no doubt, because you are specially selected, and I have worked with you for years together. You have got the tapes in English. French people, poor things, they don't have tapes in French, and they have to be translated. They haven't got a book in French, and they have big problems of understanding me. But how dedicated they were, how deep they are. Each one of them came and said, Mother, I love you very much. I love you. I have many defects, and I offer myself to you. Will you accept me? All of them said this way. Just imagine. I mean, I was surprised how they were saying all these things to me, and the way they were understanding their defects within themselves. Now, we have to change our mode of behavior towards financial, material, emotional, physical, and all these things. For example, say one is married. Should be successful. If your marriage is not successful and happy, you are not going to be blessed. Not at all. Try to make your marriage very happy and successful. That's very important. Marriage is the institution established by Adi Shakti. You cannot dishonor it. Do not play frivolously with your marriages. Then you must also allow the children to be born to you so that you get great souls coming down on this earth, by which we are giving them chance, a very good chance to lead a very happy life. But if husbands and wives are not happy, and even if realized souls are born, they have a trouble with you, and they do not prosper well, and they have problems. So first of all, create a family of happiness and joy. Some people think if they get away from sahajyogies, they'll make a good happy married life. Is absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. If you cannot make a happy married life in the ashram, you cannot make it anywhere else. First try in the ashram, but try. Otherwise you cannot make it, because then you understand how you share your life with others and your married life. Any such thing, like any material thing, like getting a house or getting this thing, that thing, is not so important. Your house should be clean within yourself, your temple of your heart. We are not here to build houses, not to accumulate money. We are here to build our temples within ourselves, the real temples which are growing, which are the living temples of living God within us. So these material things are important up to a point, not more than that. Most important is not how you are substantiated by Sahaja Yoga, but how much you have substantiated Sahaja Yoga through. Many people think we should get a good house because we have come to Mataji. Yes, you do get. You get good jobs, all right. You get your financial conditions improved, all right. Everything happens to you. But how much have you given to Sahaja Yoga? In the way, how much have you substantiated? People think sometimes that if they donate money, that's sufficient. Is not. To enrich it with your heart, with your lovingness, with your friendship, with your sweet understanding of each other, enjoyment of each other's company in the purest form, not with any purpose or with any intention of getting any low type of joy or low type of happiness from somewhere ego-oriented or sex-oriented. But it's pure joy, pure joy. Purity is the theme we have to take to. I have tried to be purer and pure. And the purity will be shown brilliantly on your faces, in your behavior, in the whole being as you would be. Your presence itself will show that you are sahajyogis. You won't have to certify. You won't have to wear some special dresses to say, but people will know from your faces that you are saints. From your behavior, you have to stand back in the last queue. You should be the people who should look at things, should not be the first unique to get into the thing first, into getting into the queue first. No, you are the last. Because you are with yourself, they are not. They have not their own securities. They are trying to find securities in these things. You have your own securities. Change according to the spirit, all your priorities. And then joy is your own. I really expect fantastic things from you. And I hope you all will join together and work it out and create something fantastic. I don't know how to tell individually about things, but as it is, I have already spoken to these sahajyogis in Paris, and I have told them the Sahaja Yoga is a very speedy thing, and it's very speedy. It's such a speed, and if you do not keep with the speed of Sahaja Yoga, you will be thrown out. You have to keep to the speed of Sahaja Yoga. Those who cannot keep by some method or other, or get locked up by something or some misidentification, will drop out. You'll only grow when you will keep to the speed of Sahaja Yoga. It is going to be tremendous in India. I know these 5 years are going to be tremendous in Australia. England may be, depending on your people putting up the speed. It's going to be tremendously speedy, and you have to understand that drop out all your shackles and drop out all your misidentifications, all nonsenses of fanaticism or say of misidentifications as that you are British, this, that, all this, and just become sahajyogies and universal beings is very important. The time has come now. From next year it will start. So I wish you a very happy New Year and a very, very happy and cheerful Christmas. May God bless you. Now we have to wait for other people who will be coming now. But any sahajyogis have any problems or any questions should ask now till other program is stopped. Can you have some chair nearby here to talk to them? I think the simple one will do is too elaborate to move. Douglas wants to move the whole big thing. Just an ordinary chair, Douglas, is all right for me. He wants to move the big one. Ask me questions, very important. On to small things, see. Later on, mother said so or mother said so, should not. Sahajyogi should ask because new people who have come, who have not got yet realization, should wait for a while because I am just dealing with the Sahajyogi. And then we start our program after say 10 minutes. Is it all right for you people? Just put it here. No. I'm all right. Just bring it nearer here. It's all right. Now, I want Sahajyogis to ask me questions. This is important. Sahajyogis should ask me questions. Please. You have to do everything with consultation with each other. No group should be formed separately. Ask me questions. Come along. What's the matter? Don. Getting thoughtless. Then mother said like this and mother says like this and mother has told. This should be stopped. You see, actually we think outside going, outside doing is the way. No, inside. Grow inside. Certain things I am going to write it down so that there is no confusion about things. But till I come back, the ashram system should go as it is today. Then when I come back, we'll change it. But just now, it's all right as it is. Nobody should take new steps. If you get a house or something, all right, you take a house. But a better thing is to stick on to ashram for the time being. Look after it and substantiate. I mean, somebody is allotting you a house, is all right, but you need not take a house on rent or something to get out of ashram. That's the escape. So, those who are... Right?
After telling them the basics of Sahaj Yoga, to wait for them to tell you what they say and their vibrations, what it is they want to know, rather than have them all with some kind of, this and that, really telling them everything and everything.
No, you should be very discreet. You see, as I have told you in one of my lectures, that there are 3 groups of Sahajyogis. One are the people who are in the inner circle. They are, most of you are here. You need not tell them many things. Everything need not be told. That is being not dishonest, but that you are discreet. I mean, you need not tell everything. That's the wrong thing. Discretion is to be used. Then the second type are the people who are Sahajyogis, but yet not there. You see, still are doubting and this, and still are not so developed. Their Kundalini is not up there. They are still funny type. These are the people you have to be careful about. You need not tell them everything because they can't bear the truth. They are not yet ready. Unless and until the Kundalini has reached a certain stage, they cannot bear. The sooner you start doing that, the worse they will become. Their doubts will be more, you see, because this is too much for them. So you have to wait and see for yourself. That should not. Just talk about Sahajyoga, direct. You need not talk about me. How will they understand me? I mean, you cannot understand me. How can they understand? See, the other day somebody asked me that Kundalini rises with such difficulties and they have to purify yourself and all that, and here my Kundalini has risen like this, Mother, how could it be? I said, it has risen or not? He said, yes. You feel it? Yes, he said, it is risen. Then I said, there must be something with me. All right. He said, that's what I was wondering. That must be something about Mother. How is it that she's done it? I said, there is something. All right. So just now you need not find out. Just now you find out about yourself. Let it grow. Because I do not want to shock you. There is something about me, no doubt. And one of them was saying that it's such a miraculous thing that my sinus has gone, I'm feeling so much better, my drugs have given up, I'm so much better, and it's so fantastic that I can't believe it. How can it be? I tried all kinds of medicines, I went to the hospital, I did this, I did that, I had an operation, nothing worked out. And how is it these simple things like Sahajyoga has worked out? I said, it is too simple, but it is to the point, it's so precise. It acts. It is something that acts. But then how is it? I said, it does. Like we were going to Paris. They announced that the temperature of Paris is 0 degrees. So Christine was sitting next to me, rather worried. I said, don't you worry, it is going to grow. Within 15 days, they said, suddenly the temperature has gone up 5 degrees. Today, London's temperature has gone up after my coming. It works. But they are surprised how it is working. After all these things are promised. Time has come. But you need not tell them. No, don't shock. It's correct, Ray. What you say is very discreet. Ray is a very discreet person, no doubt about it. He has tremendous discretion. And that's what you should use. What to say to anyone and how far to say is a very, very discreet method. And you must know how to compromise also. You should not be something like a cynic. You must learn to compromise. You must learn to compromise and understand. They are people who are not yet realized. You are realized, you are grown into it, you are much more mature. So you have to be much more gentle with them. And not to show off to them, they feel small. Like somebody is asking a question, maybe stupid, maybe, possibly. Doesn't matter, he is not realized. And if you laugh at him sarcastically or make fun of him, naturally you lose him. You are not to lose these people. You have to get them in, and they're right, they are seekers. They are seekers. We have to really understand this with great compassion and love for them. They are seekers. We have to work it on them. Not to just laugh at them and make fun of them or in any way put them down. On the contrary, show them due respect because they are seekers as you were. We forget what we were, what sort of people we were, how many arguments we have had with Mother, how stupid we have been. We just forget all that. And suddenly we become very wise. No. Wisdom lies in understanding that they have to have their enlightenment. They haven't got it as yet. They have to grow in that light. This is the problem. Now you have to use your discretion. There's no need to ask me. I will know from your mistakes where you have done mistakes. But consult each other. Consult each other. Talk to each other absolutely freely. There's nothing to be hidden among sahajyogas. Nothing to be hidden among sahajyogas. But with elders, with other people, be respectful. Maybe you being young are more active in Sahaja. Maybe children are still not so developed in it. We have to take all of them together. Not to be unkind by any kind of sarcasm, because I have told you 100 times and 108 times now. Sarcasm has no place in Sahaja. There is no way of joking. It's a very sly method. Nobody should beat also in the same way. It's just the same other side of the coin. Beating or shouting or putting up your head like this on other people like this. Many people have a habit of putting their heads like this when they talk to others. Or in French, people have a very bad habit of putting their face like this. I was surprised. Anybody you talk to means nothing goes into his head. I said, what's happening here? Is it like a duck? And you say anything, again they will say another thing. I mean, everything has a tail coming out. So, these are our traits. We should understand that. We should not put up ourselves to such barriers, but accept things as they are. And those who come to you, don't get angry with them. Because by talking or argument, you are not going to convince them, but only by sahajyoga. Try to give them realization. Do not argue. Some people think if you talk to them sweetly, if you are sympathetic. No. Also that doesn't work out. You go on wasting your time with them and they'll go away. They'll not be. Where is their kundalini? How far is it rising? That's the point you should see. Instead of just trying to be very nice to them, then discussion, then this. No use, waste of time. In the same way, if you are angry with that person and argue, it's also wrong. Both are waste of time. But be gentle and kind and see where is the kundalini. Best is to use photographs. Please do not start curing people. Otherwise I'll find all the sick patients in sahajyoga. They are not to cure. It's finished now. Better not do it. What's use of curing these people? They are so ungrateful. They have no sense at all. And why they don't want to do sahajyoga? We are not interested in such useless people. Those who come to sahajyoga will improve in their health automatically. You don't have to give them any treatment. They can work it out on the photograph. That's all. That's the end of it. Sit down. Now, what any other? Maureen? Mark, ask them sensible questions. You are good. They have been very good husband and wife, I must say. Very happy with them. They are a good, ideal couple. And I hope they keep it up. But now there should not be... Also there are some people I know who are very much interested in getting everyone married. Now stop it. Till I come back, don't have all these things. Otherwise the mind it becomes a marriage bureau. Some people have speciality about it. Instead of loving others' children, also create your own children. Some people like to play with others' children. It's also not good. Better have your own children. That doesn't mean you just love your own children. But that's how, you see, they get that thing satisfied and they don't want to have children. And then who is going to bear the children who want to come on this earth? That's a big responsibility. What else? So Baba, I ask one or two questions. Gavina, please ask some questions. It's 2 minutes more. What is it? Yes, it's possible, because you see, you think I'm catching. This madness has come also in sahajyogas. This will become really cultish stuff, you see. It will really become a cult. Nonsense. What are you catching? Your pure vibrations. You give realization to anyone. None of your chakras catch anybody else. Everybody thinks I'm pure, what is it they say? Holier than holy. What is catching? What? All such dainty darlings are no good. I'm catching, I don't want to catch, all this nonsense will be definitely cultish. You have to be brave warriors. What is catching? I don't want to give vibrations, which is catching, I don't want to do it. Alright, use the photograph to begin with. But if you have to do it, you should not be frightened. You are swords. It is true, Kavin, what you said is very true, but you look after that part. That none of them should become that I am catching this and I am catching that. And I don't like this and I don't like sahajyogis doing this. This is all wrong. This will make a big cult out of it, you see. Of course, that's not possible. You try such tricks and you will know what it means. That won't be possible though. But be careful, you will go out of gear. Nobody has to form a cult. Everybody who is coming to Sahaja Yoga has to be absolutely with full, both the arms stretched out, come along. Just like your mother. I should be the greatest cult myself. Why should I bother about anybody else, you see? Oh. This catching business should drop out from your mouth. Everybody comes and says, I caught it from him, I caught up from them. I am amazed, how can you catch up from anyone? What are you, a dainty darling? Or what? Now no more it is going to be tolerated. I caught up from that. Go and beat yourself with shoes. You are such a dainty darling, that's what you deserve. You know how to do it. Nobody should say I am catching. Also neglect these things completely. The more attention you pay, the more they will sit on your head. Just neglect. Go ahead. What he is pointed out is true. This is very common in England, not in India. Nobody says that. Nobody. I have not heard one person saying I am catching from that person. Never. They say, this is my weakness, so I must have felt for that. They never say that. You see, this is speciality. You see, putting the blame on others. See, this is typical ego style business. Put the blame on others as if you are pure and you are caught up from another. It's your weakness. That's what you should think about. You are brave people. You have to be very, very brave. Without bravery, how are we going to do Sahaja Yoga? Just that. You have to love with bravery. In love, you don't think and consider and all these things. Just go ahead. Such a powerful thing to love someone. And such person should not be there and such person should not do that. Nothing. Now, those people who come for the first time or are not so much, they may not have proper protocol. That doesn't mean that you get after their heads. Otherwise, it will become a cult. First thing is consideration of others and understanding that they are not realized, they are not enlightened. This is very important. You must understand this. They are not enlightened as yet. They have not got their vibrations, they haven't got vibratory awareness. To get angry with them is wrong. Absolutely wrong. What else now? That's a good point. One more point you can ask me. Some people are coming. Also, do not allow your weaknesses to sit on your heads. For example, some people have a habit of telling me, Mother, I had this, I was this, I went there, still that is lingering into me. Then you are absolutely useless. Why don't you take it out? Finish off. Like that. Still I have been to this yogi, I have been to that yogi, I have done this, I have done that. Done, finished. In the present time, you are pure spirit. Become that. What is there to be proud of these nonsensical things? There are no parallel to spirit. When the spirit shines, the darkness has to go away. If there is still darkness, that means something wrong with you, and if you are wrong, then what are you boasting about? I mean, people have a habit of boasting. Try to be alert and loving. Loving and alert. You have to be really alert. What else? It's a little personal question, isn't it? I'll tell you separately, all right? Because this is not the problem of many, all right? General problems should be solved. This is very personal, it's pertaining to you. What else?
If I follow you, do I have to give up others?
Give up what?
If I follow you, do I have to give up others? Give up friends?
No, not at all. Why should you? On the contrary, we want all your friends to come and join us. You don't follow me, you follow yourself only. It's a question of not giving up. But your priorities change, you see, because your awareness changes, you see. Like as I would say that if you take say a horse through the streets of Paris, he would not notice anything. For him, any dirty place, filthy place is the same as any street. If you take a man or a woman, she will notice prostitutes standing on the street. He may be repelled towards them, may not be repelled also, possibly. Mostly, he will not be repelled. But if you take a saint or a sahajyogi, he'll have compassion for a prostitute, but he will know that she has to learn herself and he won't go near her. When she will come to him, he can pardon her and look after her. But there is no involvement in her, in no way. So the awareness changes, you see. You start giving up things which are not spontaneous, which are not living, which are dead. Start living a living life. It automatically works out. You don't give up. On the contrary, you get new friends. They are all your friends and brothers once you get it. Because the language changes, the style changes. You have the light. They are dark and black. They are still in darkness. So they are fumbling while you see the things straight. You can help them. But if they are fumbling and trying to pull you down, you'll say, no, I can't come that way. Now I'm seeing. You are changed and they are not yet changed. You see, that's the point. It's transformation, actual, that happens within us. You don't have to give up. Not at all. On the contrary, you must meet other people, you must talk to other people. But you see, like, for example, if you have other friends who are anti-God, you won't be able to tolerate their company. There won't be any friends anymore. I will think they are not my friends. They are anti-God. They are anti-love. You would not like to waste your time with them, you see, having a whiskey party or something. You would not like. What a waste. You would not like. But, you may be with them, but you may not like. Many people do like that. I have seen many people, even after coming to Sahaja Yoga, try to spend their time with other people. Some of them do it because they have to do it. I have a double life myself. But my life is such that wherever I am with myself. But sahajyogis try to change. I've seen they spend more time with sahajyogis than with other people like brothers, sisters, cousins. They start changing that. Either the brothers, sisters, cousins try taking more interest in Sahaja Yoga or they don't enjoy their company. It's just they may go just to visit or to see someone. But they don't like their company. They don't enjoy their company so much. It happens like that. Because you are enlightened people. It's like drunkards, you see. They don't like non-drinking people, and non-drinking people don't like drunkards. You see, if you go with the drunkards, you're frightened. You know, mad people like mad people. It's like that. So then the company changes. And if you don't change, you really don't enjoy Sahaja Yoga, really, to its fullest extent. But there's no cult as such. You are saintly people. You are saints. So saints talk in different languages. I mean, they are much more congenial and happy with the saints. But they would like to meet people and talk to them and try to bring, because we have to bring such a lot of people to Sahaja Yoga. But you should not waste your energies with people who do not matter in God's work. You don't feel like. I mean, I don't say that you don't. I mean, if you have to go to see somebody, I don't say you don't. But it happens with some people, and such people can go down because they have influences on these people, and it happens like that. Your priorities change itself. You only then start enjoying whatever is God's. Start. Don't like something which is anti-God. Like I don't say don't drink. I don't say 10 commandments. Nothing. But it happens to you. There were so many people who were drug addicts who came to Sahaja Yoga. They gave up drugs. Now how can they be with people who are taking drugs? So they started going to them and talking to them, and they said, we have given up drugs. Alright? There's somebody in Paris whose husband is drinking such a lot. He is still drug addict, and she is a Sahajyogini. But he comes to our program, and I told that she should be very kind to him and gentle, because he wants to give up. But a person who is dragging her, you must also take a drug. Then you don't like that aggression. I mean, you should be allowed to be non-smoking also if you don't want to smoke. But they don't allow. You see, for them it is difficult. They'll force you. You must drink. You must smoke. I mean, you must be knowing this, that if you go to any party, and if you don't drink, they think you are mad. And they'll go and ask you, why don't you drink? At least take this, at least take that. If you tell them even once, why do you drink? Or you don't drink. Finish. Then you are the most anti-social person. You have no manners, nothing. I mean, you are telling something nice. But they'll go on forcing on you. You have to go on telling them, oh, we don't drink, I don't like it, doctor has told me, all sorts of lies you tell them. But they'll go on forcing you. But even if you say once, then why do you drink? Or please don't drink. Finished. You are the worst person in the whole world. This is such an aggression, you know. Such an aggression. It's a very subtle aggression of these people who are licentious. It's funny sometimes, I tell you. Like we went to a party, and in that party there was a funny couple came in. You see, that was a woman who was a keep and this and that, and it was a party of married women and married men. And the way the woman was on with everyone, I mean, nobody liked it, neither the women nor the men. And we didn't like that. The man, why should he bring his keep there? Because it was not a party of keeps. But it's aggression, and she was so aggressive. She was saying, what's the use of being married to a man? She was just saying all kinds of things against us, you see, those who were married women. There's no use marrying men, I'm very happy, you see, I'm a keep, he looks after me better, you better give up your husband and live as a keep with him. She was just giving us a lecture on her status, you see. And we could not say anything to her. But if we say that it's nice to be a married woman and to be virtuous, oh, they are the worst woman. You are Victorian, you are, what do you call, old-fashioned hag, and all sorts of things will come on you. There's a very big aggression on saints. They can't talk, they can't say anything. Why, even your own brothers and sisters and mother and father and children will do that. Oh, you are very old-fashioned, it's nonsense. Like that. It's not easy to exist with virtue in this country especially. And all the Western countries, because now I know what it is. My husband also doesn't drink, so they tell him, oh, is it your wife who's forced you not to drink? I mean, she doesn't say anything like that. Why do you blame her? Immediately, I mean, they have no shame about it, of saying such a dirty thing. I mean, there's shamelessness, complete shamelessness about it. But not only drinking, all sorts of shamelessness goes about. You ask a lady, are you married? No. Why should I? I'm not a fool like you. This is typical answer. I mean, because you are married, you have to look like a criminal, you know. Because you are virtuous, you should be crucified immediately. Then you change now. With these people you give up. You naturally, I mean, you don't want to meet such people. And then they might say that you are cultish, but it doesn't matter. I mean, we have to save ourselves. I mean, we do not want certificates from them. Certificate has to come from God, not from these people. They are incapable of giving us certificates. That you know very well. So, should we start something else?